All right, guys, so here we go. Today's vlog. We just got here and Josh is already getting to work. He's got a bunch of the core value posters down from the hall already. So yeah, that's kind of going to be what we're doing today. We've got a bunch of just pictures and stuff still up. So working kind of through the space, taking stuff down more and more. And Spot TV coming. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about Spot TV if you're not familiar. So we have Spot TV cameras throughout. That's one right there. I think we have about 9 or 10 cameras right now in Cedar Falls. There'll be much more at the new building. But what they do is they kind of act as a couple different things. One, they are security cameras, right? Like we can go back and watch footage if we need to for that purpose. But mainly what they do and what makes them pretty unique and special is they serve places like us, gyms, daycares, things like that. They have super secure live feeds that parents can watch. And they, like I said, it's very, very secure. They have a lot of different things that have to happen. We have to approve them and they can only watch their own kids' class and all these things. But it's pretty nice because our parents can watch live from literally anywhere across the world. And so love Spot TV. The biggest headache we've had so far with them is kind of the installation process. When we had these installed, there's another one. So each studio has one, and then we, for like more security purposes, have them throughout the space as well. And the installation process for here, for the 10 cameras, 9 cameras I think to start with, and then we added one, was like 3 weekends that it took them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I think Nordic is something like 20 some cameras. And so I said, this, you know, that can't happen again. And so we love Spot TV. Once they get installed, it's a wonderful amenity for our families. And it allows, like, for example, Miss Amanda or myself, we can go in and spot check classes anytime we want to. We have multiple locations. We don't actually have to be driving back and forth between those locations. We can just bump into class. We're not distracting, and we can just make sure that everything's going well and check on lesson plans, check on curriculum, make sure, you know, everything is happening as it's supposed to. So we call those spot checks. So we do that often, daily actually. And so, yeah, we love it. But the installation process has been a little bit of a headache in the past. So they're actually sending a new technician that we'll meet here soon when he gets here. And so excited to work with him, and hopefully it'll be a little bit smoother process this time with a different technician. And I believe, to my knowledge, the plan for today is he's gonna come take down everything here. And as you can see, it's still all wired. So connected to that camera is wiring. And I don't know if they just cut it off or if they actually trace it back. I'm not sure. So I don't know how long this will take them, but that's the plan, is to take everything out of here and then go over to Nordic and do kind of a site survey over there. And they're not going to get it all put up obviously today, but just that plan of action so they can actually see the space and figure out where these cameras are going, and then how many new things we do have to purchase. So, yep, there we go. He's taking not wasting any time. I like it. All right, so we'll keep you updated as it goes. Bye, guys. All right, guys, we're up here in Studio 3. Spot TV guys have kind of knocked it out. They got all the cameras down in the main studio. We're just getting, there's one way up there. So we're gonna grab that one. And then we'll head over to the new building and take a look, show them around. They're gonna do kind of a site survey, I think they call it, just to check it out and see what we can reuse from here and what we'll need to purchase new and kind of what's going where and all that. So just wanted to give you guys a quick update, but yeah, they got that stuff down quickly, and yeah, we're ready to head over to Nordic and see what it looks like. All right, guys, well, we just went over to Nordic and came back, and I couldn't even vlog over there because it was crazy. I probably should have vlogged, but people everywhere. So the tenant that we've talked about, Cricky Fit, she had a bunch of people there moving stuff in. So that kind of area of the building was like all them moving stuff in. We walked around with Spot TV and just did kind of some site survey stuff like they wanted to do. They had a few questions for us, but that was a pretty short meeting. And then the drywallers were there, and they are apparently like that black wall right in the front entrance way. They're basically sanding that all down, and they're gonna redo it and repaint it. And then the painters were there. There was a ton of painters there, and they were like repainting, I swear, everything. There was some coverings on the floor, so hopefully there won't be a bunch of paint on the new carpet. So yeah, so it was really, it was good. There was a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, lots of things happening over there, but a little bit chaotic. And yeah, I'm just at this point crossing my fingers that they don't spill a bunch of paint, because they're doing a lot of painting, like repainting the whole thing basically. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So Josh and I came back over here so we can get more work done. We've got, you know, quite a few things, like that whole area over there is packed up, ready to go, but there's still quite a bit when you look around. So we're gonna keep taking artwork off the wall and things like that. So yeah, so that we can actually empty this space out. All right, bye guys. I'll give you a tour before we leave, just to kind of get you caught up with where we're at before we leave. All right. All right guys, so story time, packing up here. I get a little sentimental about things. Some of you know that about me, but so I've had this platter tutu thing that at the time was like $150 or something to purchase from Artstone. So it's just a platter tutu, but I've never done anything with it. But it's always been with us. It's stayed in our storage all the time. So the very first summer I opened, 2008, I was up in Minneapolis at the Dance Olympus convention with some kids, and I never win anything ever, but I won this expensive platter tutu. And at the time, this was back in the day when Art was around a lot, and he was there, and he said to me, he said, well, this is, you know, this means good luck. Like, this is the start of your journey, and, you know, this means that you're going to have really good luck, and, you know, congratulations, I'm happy for you, whatever, something along those lines. And as some of you in the dance world know, like, Art and Nancy have since sold the company, and it's not, you know, what it once was. Artstone is still a costume company, I believe. I don't think they've went under yet. Dance Olympus kind of went away for a while, and now it's back. I don't know. But it's just not, you know, not the same. But this platter tutu has been living with us and moving from suite to suite in this building with us. And so it crossed my mind. I'm like, do I throw it away? But I think it's got to just continue to live in our spaces, because it's definitely a good luck charm from Artstone himself. So we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it hidden somewhere in the space like we've been doing. But yeah, I get a little oddly sentimental about things. But a quick kind of midway mark here. So the boutique is pretty much empty. Well, I mean, it's not empty, but packed up more or less. A bunch of the stuff is already out there too. It's crazy how much stuff is in here. When you start seeing it like this, and I know how many boxes, there's probably a good, I don't know, handful or more of boxes that aren't even in here of stuff that was in here. So we had a lot of stuff jam-packed in this space, but yeah. And then out here, Josh has done a lot out in this area. So TVs are down, all the artwork is down in here, bulletin board's down. So yeah, getting there. Keep plugging away here and I'll give you an update in a little bit. All right, so we're about tired for today. So I think we're gonna call it quits for now here. But I just wanted to show you kind of what we got done. So we'll just kind of walk around, take a look at the space and show you what it looks like right now. So the pink studio actually looks like a bigger mess than it did before, but things are just coming off shelves and really getting into boxes and things like that. So this is where we're at here. The bathrooms over here are pretty well emptied out. My nose is a little itchy because of the dust as we're moving everything around here. But bathrooms are pretty much emptied out. Obviously furniture will move, but other than that, the miscellaneous stuff, artwork off the walls. Josh was here doing that. And let's see, we can go this way to the green studio. This bathroom's pretty well cleaned out as well. Got a few little like cleaners and stuff lying around still. Spot TV, a lot of their stuff was here as well, so you can see where they disconnected all that. Just left the wires, but and this area was already cleaned out. This area looks the same. It's really pretty much ready to go. That all looks the same. This looks the same. Josh didn't really come in here, so this is looking the same too. He's got to undo some things yet, some shelving and wires for the curtains on the mirrors. But he did get that done in the pink studio, so that's good. This space, and just stuff everywhere. Here, I'll zoom out a little bit. There you go. So yeah, I mean, we've got this pretty much all emptied out though. So it's just kind of all ready to get loaded into a trailer. But yeah, in pink you can see he's got the actual wires and shelving and curtains and all that off the mirrors. So green will look like that soon. TVs are down. So those are ready to get moved. Boutique is pretty much all packed up. Student lounge still has the furniture in there. That just needs to be moved. TVs are down out here as well. Pretty much everything is off the walls out here for the most part. So, yeah. Getting real fast, right? But it's pretty cool, just, you know, the memories and everything, but then the excitement towards what's happening next, right, is pretty cool. It's just like a whole nother level, and I'm so excited. So we're actually, I might vlog over at Nordic. We'll see how crazy it is when we get over there, but we're actually gonna run back over there. I need to remeasure a little bit more precisely for to order Marley. We have measurements, but they're with like one of those rolling wheel measure things, and it was me doing it, so I'm not trusting it overly well. So I want to measure it with an actual measuring tape and get a little bit more accurate with those. And so we're gonna run over there and do some measuring and jot that down. So if it's a little less crazy and people aren't talking to me every 2 minutes, I will vlog when we get over there so that you can kind of see what's up over there. But yeah, so pretty exciting stuff, guys. I'm not looking forward to moving all this, but we'll get help. We'll get some parent volunteers for sure to help us with this, and some staff and stuff. So I think when you have a lot of people helping, it makes it so much easier and it goes by so much faster. When it's just the two of us here, it just feels like you spend hours and hours, and you know what, how much did you get done is kind of what it feels like. But we're getting there. So all right guys, well, we might pick up on the vlog here at Nordic a little bit, or this might be the end. So if it's the end, we'll see you soon. All right, bye guys. All right, we're back at Nordic. So now it's like a whole different world when we showed up. Nobody's here. So we went from earlier this afternoon to like, I don't even know how many people were in the building at one time today. I mean, probably like 20 people between Spot TV and the painters and the tenant moving in and us. But now there's nobody here right now. So just kind of an update. It's like they were working on some ceiling tiles around these new beams that were created. Were just kind of wonky, I guess you'd say. They were kind of sticking up a little bit. One of them still looks like it, so I'll show you. But that one's out. I don't know why. Cleaning lady's got to come back. This is what I'm talking about, you know, kind of chasing our tail. So she already vacuumed all of this, and, you know, it was all looking really good. But you can kind of see with this one right here, it's better to see that it's kind of popped up a little bit there. They all were like that, and they all were really, really bad like that, and so they fixed those. They just painted, Josh, remember, be careful. This paint's all wet. So they repainted this whole wall, which really didn't need to be repainted, but there were some areas down here. I mean, yeah, I think that definitely looks better. So maybe they just decided it really just needed a whole nother coat to even things out. It definitely looks better than it did. There were some random squares on this wall, if you remember. Yeah. I'm not seeing those right now. So yeah, I think they just came in and painted, you know, gave everything one more coat. Maybe not everything. I don't know that they did this black wall, but the gray anyway. So yeah, hopefully that does it. It definitely is looking better. They obviously didn't do anything with this door. Oh, well, they just painted right where they needed to. Right there on the door. The rest of it's still really dirty. But okay, well, I guess if that's what it needed. I'm not seeing any paint on the floor. Are you? So they did have a lot of like paper and plastic down around the, oh, I would say probably a good 2 to, well, no more, probably 3 feet away from the walls. So they were maybe just being a little more careful this time, which is good. So, and honestly, I think like here's some, but that's already marked, so I think that was from before. I don't think that was from today. So I think they were much more careful today, it looks like. How does that black wall, what are they doing out there?
That's skim coated with drywall or mud.
See, because the drywallers were here as well when we were here earlier. So yeah, there was easily 20 people here. Oh, so our black wall is white again. So we're gonna try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. So there's definitely some paint out here on the floor. But I think, or drywall, mud, one of the two. But yeah, so again, poor cleaning lady, right? Like she's already been here once and did all this and it was clean, but here we are. So all right, so we're gonna go upstairs and measure for Marley. I've got a little notebook here. We're gonna do some measuring and jot down a little bit more accurate measurements so that when we go to order Marley, we have exact idea of what we're going for. So that's what we're gonna do now. I'll vlog if there's anything upstairs to show you. All right, bye guys. All right, so we're upstairs. We measured all the floors better than I did originally with the walls still in and my rolling measure thing. And they're actually bigger than what I thought because I think the measuring wheel, you lose quite a bit because you can't like actually get that all the way up to the wall. So yeah, I mean, they are really, really nice size studios. But yeah, so I want to show you what they have done up here, any changes that have happened up here. The biggest thing is that the ceilings are in 2 of the studios, or mostly in. I'm not sure. There's just a couple little tiles out. This is pink. There's a couple little tiles out in this one. And then basically this one just needs the floor patched and cleaned up. That's it. And then blue, but let's go in like you would normally go in. Blue, I believe, is ceilings are again mostly in. Just a few tiles missing here and there. And so yeah, just needing to clean the rest of the stuff out. That's like the insulation that was in the wall that no longer exists, so they don't really need it, I guess. We told them just throw it all up in the ceiling. Like, make sure there's like extra insulation in the ceiling, why not? But it doesn't appear that that's what they were doing because there's still a bunch of extra here. And then gray and black seem to be pretty much the same as they were, with a lot of the ceiling left to do. The electricians did get the lights in, so now it's just ceiling tiles. And the other thing we noticed, there's a couple handprints on the wall. And then they retextured this whole area here. You can see where there was a whiteboard. They must not have liked the way the texture looked there, so that's retextured. So I'm guessing they'll be repainting a good section of this wall before they're done as well, which really for us, this is going to be a mirror wall, so it really doesn't matter unless some of that goes a little bit higher than the mirrors. It doesn't look like it just by looking at it, but anyway. And then black is pretty much the same as well as it was last time. Ceiling is still, I guess lights are all in. But I measured this and I thought this was like 54 feet long. It's actually 59. So it's basically 60 foot long. So that's awesome. Just to give you a reference point, the stage side to side at Gallagher Bluedorn is 40 foot. So we have plenty of room to rehearse and kind of have like wings and stuff when we're rehearsing. So that is awesome. Yeah, and then green was basically the same as the last time you've seen it. And purple, measure. It's funny it's so clean in there because that one isn't getting any walls taken down or anything. So it's funny how clean it is when it's not in the construction scope. So yeah, we just keep marking stuff like as we notice things. Unfortunately, we knew this was gonna happen, but we're here. Doorways that they've taken the cart in and out of now again to work on ceilings are just really scuffed up again because that cart, bringing that cart in and out, it just doesn't, doesn't quite fit. Like it fits, but not well. So yeah. So there'll be a little bit of touch-up paint up here as well, but I basically told the general contractor though, with the studios, we're not as picky. Like, kids are gonna be in here, they're gonna be leaning on the walls, that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect, but some of those big things like chunks out of the door and stuff, we wanna make sure we get those figured out, because likely that we would never do that and we'll never have a problem with that in the future. So, all right, I think we're gonna run to Menards, get a few more boxes, because we ran out of moving boxes again. There's more stuff in those studios than what you think, for sure. So gonna grab some more boxes and then probably kind of wrap it up. I have a bunch of computer work that I need to do yet today too. So probably wrap up this kind of stuff and head to the computer. So, all right guys, well, we will keep updating you. Hopefully, today's Saturday. I'm gonna guess there's probably not a whole lot being done tomorrow. There might be 1 or 2 contractors here, but hopefully Monday, Tuesday, they really hit the ground running and get a lot done. Cleaning lady she was supposed to come this weekend, so she might be here tomorrow. That would be helpful on the main level. But yeah, all right guys, we'll keep you updated. Bye. I just had to get Josh dumpster diving here. He just didn't want it to blow out, so he's like, I'm gonna push it down. What? I just had to get you dumpster diving. Okay, now we're done.